My cucumbers are coming on brilliantly, but they're about ready to be repotted because the roots are coming out the bottom. And then aubergines have popped up, and hundreds of tomatoes. They were old seeds, so I wasn't sure whether they would actually germinate or not. We've got loads of them, lots of different varieties there. Can't remember all of them though. English Gardener's Delight, which is a bigger tomato, a salad tomato. Jen's Tangerine, and these will all be from real seeds. This one, what's that one? Oh, can't read. Stew Peace, which is a vine tomato. Oh, I can't read that one. I have to look back in my notes. And a chocolate cherry vine tomato is this last one here. So they all need repotting today. The sweet chocolate peppers are doing really, really well. Again, they don't quite need repotting, but these ones here, most of them do. Their roots are coming out the bottom again, so I'll repot them into something bigger. I'm just waiting for some pots. And then we've got some dill coming on nicely. Some of it got a bit dry and sizzled up in the sun the other day. And then we've got some sweet peppers there again that need potting up. And then we've got the tray here that's got all sorts of things in it. It's got chickpeas, it's got leeks, it's got beetroot, and an albino beetroot in there as well. And then butternut squash, which doesn't appear to be coming out. Cabbages, which just went really leggy, so I think I'm going to have to re-sow them. And the broad beans, I'm going to have to re-sow because they've gone black at the tips. I'm not quite sure what's going on with those. And then some more cabbage there at the bottom end. And then my baby dill plants are coming on nicely there in the sun. So that's, sorry, not dill. They're actually basil that I'm going to plant on the bottom of the tomatoes. And then we've got some parsnips coming through. The berry's doing much, much better. It's got many more flowers on it. And then a couple more things of carrots in tubs. So I'm going to get on and do some repotting. Okay, so we have some very sickly looking melons here, and I'm not sure whether they just need repotting or what the situation is. So we're going to try and repot them, see if we can get them to look a bit healthier. Not quite sure whether they just didn't like it, or I got them too wet, or they got too hot. Nice root systems on them though. That one's not looking great. And good. Got the compost nice and wet with some water that I'd let off gas in the greenhouse, so it's kind of nice temperature in here. So hopefully it will be okay. Maybe a bit wet actually. We'll see. They'll soon dry off in the sun today because it's already beautiful blue sky out there. So there's the sugar baby watermelon repotted, and let's see if they can be a little bit happier in there. I don't know whether I got them too wet, or I'm not sure what the situation was, but hopefully they'll perk up now. Give them all day to day in the sun and see how they get going. So now it's time to pot these tomatoes. I don't have a name for these. These are little cherry tomatoes, and a plant was given to me last year by a friend, so these are now known as Von's Lovely Tomatoes. They're the lovely kind of sour tasting ones that you get. They're straight out the greenhouse. They're just delicious. So I need to repot all these on, but the seeds were so prolific that absolutely every single one of them came up from the seed saving last year. So I think there might be a few to give to friends here. So I'm planting these nice and deep because I want the best root system that I can get on these. And as we know that if we plant the tomatoes right down to those first seed leaves, then we get a nice strong root system on them. I'm not sure whether this is the right way to do it. I'm no expert, but they seem to live. So I've now potted up Vaughn's lovely tomatoes, and we now have thousands, what feels like thousands anyway, of tomatoes. And now I'm onto the smaller tray. We've already potted up chocolate cherry vine and galena, and I'm now just on potting up the stupest, the vine tomatoes. They're in desperate need of potting up and showing signs of lack of nutrients there, so we'll get those potted up. They've got a really good root system on them as well, so they'll pot on beautifully. Get them planted up to those seed leaves to try and give them the best possible chance of growing some good solid roots on them. This is a bit I always forget to do, so I'm trying to be good and actually label all of them up. I always think, oh, I'll remember, but I never do. And then you end up with a load of tomatoes that you think are great and you can't remember what on earth they were or when you planted them or anything. This is a bit my son likes the best, eating all the lollies so I can have the lolly sticks. And just like that, the greenhouse is full of tomatoes. So we have stew peas, galena, chocolate cherry, Jen's tangerine, and Irish Gardener's Delight. So we've got a good variety, along with the additional ones of Vaughn's lovely tomatoes. So we're going to do a bit of a test this year. I'm going to plant 4 outside and keep 4 inside and see if there's any difference in taste. I'm obviously thinking that there's going to be a difference in size because we're in the North Pennines, so it's not going to be that warm outside, but we'll get them all started off the same and see how they go. Thank you for watching, and if you did like this video, please subscribe and press the like button and share it with anybody else that you want to share it with.